Hold on. You said LeBron James the greatest player ever?
Ever.
What about Michael and Kobe? So you just gonna pass Kobe up like that?
I'm gonna pass Kobe up. I'm gonna look at Michael. I'm gonna look at the.
I know it. Patron America.
Yo.
They didn't have focus, and I'm glad the Rockets beat them. We know what it needs to be done to win the championship. LeBron knows that. I'm surprised that they didn't come out with that effort and intensity, and I'm super disappointed in the Lakers tonight. Well, I'll say one thing to you, Max. I don't know the numbers like you do. Michael Jordan is what in the finals? 6 and what?
Oh.
And what is LeBron in the finals? That's all I got to say.
Shaq, how many game sevens did MJ go to? Zero.
Hey,
how many times did MJ see the Warriors, though?
For a few hours, the internet was convinced that Shaquille O'Neal had finally crossed the line. A wild rumor began spreading everywhere, and it didn't take long before NBA fans were completely caught up in it. The claim was explosive. ESPN had supposedly fired Shaq for criticizing LeBron James during a live broadcast. That single sentence was enough to send basketball fans into a frenzy. People were clicking on headlines, arguing in comment sections, and choosing sides before most of them even bothered to find out whether the story was real. Because the moment you combine Shaq, LeBron, ESPN, live television, and the word "fired" into one headline, the basketball world reacts instantly and asks questions afterward. But here's the problem with the entire story. There is absolutely no credible evidence that ESPN fired Shaq because of anything he said about LeBron. If anything, every reliable report points in the complete opposite direction. Shaq's future with Inside the NBA has been connected to a long-term TNT agreement, while reports about the show's transition to ESPN and ABC indicated that the core cast was expected to remain together. So the real story isn't that Shaq was fired. The bigger question is why so many people believed the rumor immediately, and why any criticism of LeBron from someone as famous as Shaq can instantly become a nationwide media storm. And honestly, that says a lot about the current state of the LeBron conversation in 2026. LeBron James is no longer viewed as just a basketball player. He has become a permanent debate. Every quote involving him becomes breaking news. Every opinion from a former teammate becomes a television segment. Anyone who questions him is quickly labeled a hater, while anyone who defends him is immediately called a fanboy. And when Shaq speaks, people pay attention. Because Shaquille O'Neal isn't just another television personality. He's one of the most dominant players in NBA history, a Lakers icon, and a legendary figure whose name already sits firmly in the all-time greatness conversation alongside LeBron James.
LeBron is about to do something that hasn't been done in a long time, and I think he will move his name up there. But for me, it's always Dr. J and Michael Jordan, matching.
And that's exactly why the rumor spread so quickly. Shaquille O'Neal criticizing LeBron James doesn't carry the same weight as some random analyst throwing out an opinion. Shaq has championship rings. He has Finals MVP awards. And he has already secured his own undeniable place in basketball history. He also spent time playing alongside LeBron in Cleveland late in his career, which makes fans believe there is an even deeper layer behind anything Shaq says about him. So when Shaq questions LeBron, people don't view it as just another media debate. They see it as one all-time great challenging another. And the moment Shaq gets especially direct, fans immediately start wondering whether he finally went too far. The timing of the rumor made it even easier for people to believe. LeBron had recently placed himself right back in the middle of the GOAT debate with complete confidence. His message was essentially that he wouldn't choose anyone over himself, while still admitting that other legends would probably make the exact same choice when discussing their own careers. And honestly, that shouldn't surprise anyone who understands how elite competitors think. Michael Jordan would probably choose himself. Kobe Bryant would have chosen himself. And Shaq has never exactly been known for lacking confidence. But because the name involved is LeBron James, the reaction becomes 10 times bigger. Some people see it as undeniable confidence. Others see it as arrogance. And before you know it, the entire GOAT debate is back in full force. Shaq has always occupied a complicated position in that conversation. He clearly respects LeBron, but he also carries the pride of a superstar who came from a completely different NBA era. During his prime, Shaq was arguably the most physically overwhelming force the league had ever seen. He completely changed the way teams built their frontcourts. Defenses had to create entire game plans around him. Rosters were assembled specifically to survive against him, and the league itself had to adjust to the problems he created. So when LeBron openly places himself at the top of the all-time list, Shaq isn't going to react like some neutral television analyst. He's going to respond like an all-time legend who believes his era, his achievements, and the players he competed alongside deserve the same level of respect.
Sink that shot.
He's the only man that had me terrified on the court. Because I went from high school admiring him, college admiring him, and then he's right there in front of you. And all the shit you see on your poster, like he's doing it in real life. Like he came by me so fast one time, I was like, oh shit. Mike, yeah, I was terrified. But once
And this is exactly where a lot of fans get the situation completely wrong. Shaq disagreeing with LeBron doesn't automatically mean he has some personal hatred toward him. It doesn't mean he's jealous. And it certainly doesn't mean he's trying to destroy LeBron's entire legacy. Sometimes, a legend is simply defending his own definition of greatness. But in today's NBA media environment, context moves at a snail's pace while outrage travels at lightning speed. A short clip gets cut out of a longer conversation. A single sentence gets removed from its original context. Then a thumbnail screams, "Shaq destroys LeBron." Or even worse, ESPN fires Shaq. And suddenly, thousands of people are reacting to a version of the story that may never have actually happened. But here's the detail that almost nobody is focusing on. That fake firing rumor exposed just how enormous LeBron James' influence has become in the sports media world. People were willing to believe that Shaq could actually lose his job simply for criticizing LeBron because many fans already believe LeBron has that level of influence over the entire basketball conversation. Whether that perception is fair or not, it absolutely exists. There are fans who believe LeBron receives special protection. They believe television networks are extremely careful about how they discuss him. And they believe certain analysts are hesitant to criticize him too aggressively. So when a rumor claims Shaq finally crossed the line and ESPN decided they had enough, it instantly fits a narrative that some people were already prepared to believe. But this is where the actual facts become important. Shaquille O'Neal was never some random analyst who was hired by ESPN yesterday. He's a central part of the Inside the NBA brand, one of the most influential studio programs in basketball history. Reports surrounding the show's move to ESPN and ABC indicated that the core cast would remain together through the transition. Shaq was also reported to have a major long-term agreement with TNT Sports. And none of that sounds like the story of a man who was suddenly thrown out the door because he made one controversial comment about LeBron. It sounds much more like a normal basketball debate, wrapped in a sensational headline, then transformed into manufactured drama by the internet.
thing to you. And Max, I don't know the numbers like you do. Michael Jordan is what in the finals? 6 and what?
Oh.
And what is LeBron in the finals? That's all I got to say.
Shaq, how many game sevens did MJ go to? Zero.
Hey,
How many times did MJ see the Warriors, though?
But the reason this headline was so believable is because Shaquille O'Neal and LeBron James are two enormous personalities with legacies that overlap in a lot of ways. Both are Lakers champions. Both were physically dominant players who changed the way the game was played. Both became global icons far beyond the basketball court. And both believe they have every right to be mentioned among the greatest players in NBA history. That also means both have massive fan bases that aren't exactly comfortable watching their favorite player get challenged. So even though the firing story itself appears to be completely fictional, the tension underneath the rumor is very real. LeBron supporters are exhausted by the constant criticism. They look at the championships, the MVP awards, the all-time scoring record, the incredible longevity, and the fact that he's still performing at an elite level after more than 2 decades in the league. And eventually, they start asking the obvious question, frowny face. What exactly does LeBron still need to prove? From their perspective, every former player who criticizes LeBron sounds like another legend who simply refuses to accept that LeBron has survived and surpassed nearly every standard placed in front of him. So when Shaq criticizes LeBron, they immediately think, here we go again. Another all-time great trying to protect his own era. But Shaq supporters see the entire situation completely differently. They believe modern fans sometimes act as if LeBron's incredible resume automatically makes everyone who came before him less important. They believe legends like Shaq, Kobe, Jordan, Duncan, Magic, Kareem, and Wilt deserve to be discussed with the same level of seriousness. And they believe LeBron's enormous media presence can sometimes shift the entire direction of the conversation. So when Shaq pushes back, they don't see bitterness. They see balance. They see one legend reminding the basketball world that greatness existed long before LeBron James arrived. And that's why this story keeps getting bigger. The fake firing rumor isn't really about employment. It's about influence. Does LeBron have too much power over the NBA media conversation? Are networks overly cautious when discussing him? Are former players criticizing him unfairly just to generate attention? Or is Shaq simply speaking honestly and going too far in the process? Those are the real questions fans are arguing about, even though the original firing claim itself remains completely unproven. And this is where the internet becomes dangerous for real journalism. Once people want a story to be true, the actual truth suddenly becomes secondary. Nobody wants to wait for confirmation anymore. They see a dramatic headline, choose a side, and immediately start attacking the other side. One group claims ESPN is protecting LeBron. Another says Shaq is chasing attention. Someone else says LeBron simply can't handle criticism. And another group insists Shaq is just bitter. Meanwhile, the original claim still has not been proven. That is exactly why NBA media has become so intense. A normal disagreement gets transformed into a personal feud. A strong criticism becomes disrespect. A viral rumor gets treated like breaking news. And once the story spreads far enough, correcting it becomes almost impossible. Because the correction will never be as exciting as the original accusation. But none of this changes the resumes of either man. LeBron's career speaks for itself. 4 championships, 4 MVP awards, the all-time scoring record, unprecedented longevity, and the pressure of being treated like a future legend since he was still a teenager. Shaq's resume is just as impossible to erase. 4 championships, 3 consecutive finals MVP awards,